The Enchanted Wood by Enid Blyton. Chapter 30. A Plan for Beth's Birthday. A week later, it was Beth's birthday. She was very excited because Mother said she could have a small party. We'll ask all our friends in the faraway tree, she said. Do you really think we should? Asked Joe doubtfully. I don't think Mother would like Dame Washalot or Mr. Whiskers or the angry pixie. Well, we can't very well ask some and not others, said Beth. And the ones we left out would be very hurt indeed. It's awkward, said Franny. We better go and tell Moonface and Silky and ask them what to do. But Mother wouldn't let the two girls go off with Joe that day. She said there was a lot of work for them to do in tidying up their room. Oh, bother, said Franny to Joe. You'll have to go alone, Joe, and ask Moonface and Silky what we ought to do about our party. Don't be too long or we'll be worried about you, and please don't go climbing up into any strange land without us. Don't worry, said Joe. I'm not going to visit any more lands at the top of the faraway tree. I've had enough adventures to last me the rest of my life. So he set off. He ran through the enchanted wood and came to the faraway tree. It was a hot afternoon and not many of the little folk were around. It seemed almost too hot to climb the tree. Joe whistled. The little red squirrel popped down from the tree and looked at him. Leap up to the top of the tree and ask old Moonface if he'll drop down the rope with a cushion on it, will you? And then haul me up, please, Squirrel? Asked Joe. Squirrel bounded lightly up the tree. Soon a rope with a cushion tied to it came slipping down the tree. Joe caught hold of it, sat astride the cushion and tugged the rope. It began to go up the tree, bumping into branches as it went. It was a funny ride, but Joe enjoyed it. He waved to the angry pixie who was sitting outside his house. He stared at Joe in surprise and then grinned when he saw who it was. The owls were all asleep in their homes. Mr. What's-his-name was awake for once and fell out of his chair in alarm when suddenly he saw Joe swinging up through the air, bumping into branches. When he saw it was Joe, he was so pleased that he fell off his branch onto the saucepan man, who was snoozing in a chair just below. "Ouch!" said the saucepan man, startled. "What's the matter? Why are you jumping on me?" "I'm not," said What's-his-name. "Look, there's Joe." "What, go? I don't want to go," said the saucepan man, settling down. "Don't be so restless." "I said there's Joe," roared What's-his-name. "Where?" said the saucepan man in surprise, looking all around. But by that time, of course, Joe was far away up the tree, laughing over funny What's-his-name and dear old saucepan. What's-his-name climbed back into his chair and shut his eyes. Soon his snores reached Joe, who was far above, hoping that Silky would see him and go up to Moonface's to talk to him. He forgot to look out for Dame Washalot's water, but he missed it quite nicely as it went splashing down heavily on poor old What's-his-name, making him dream that he was falling out of a boat and into the sea. Silky did see him and waved. She climbed the tree quickly to go up to Moonface's. By the time she got there, Joe had just arrived and was getting off the cushion. "Hello," said Moonface, and Silky waved, pleased to see him. "Where are Beth and Franny?" Joe told them. He told them about Beth's birthday too and her difficulty about how many people she should ask. "We'd like everyone," said Joe, "but Mother wouldn't like some of them and we're sure. What shall we do?" I know, said Silky, clapping her hands suddenly. "Next week, the land of birthdays comes to the top of the faraway tree. Anyone who has a birthday can go up there and give the most wonderful party to all their friends. Oh, it would be so lovely. Last time the birthday land came, nobody had a birthday, so we couldn't go. But this time we can because Beth could ask us all." "Well, it sounds good," said Joe. "But I didn't really want to go into any strange land again, you know. We always seem to get mixed up in odd adventures. So far, we've always escaped all right, but we might not another time. "Oh, no harm can come to you in the land of birthdays," said Moonface at once. "It's a wonderful land. You really must come. It's a chance you just mustn't miss." "All right," said Joe, beginning to feel excited. "I'll tell the girls when I get back. And we'll tell everyone in the tree." And Mr. Whiskers and his elves too," said Silky. Beth would like everyone to go, wouldn't she?" "Oh, yes," said Joe. "What happens, though? Do we have to arrange for things to eat or anything? And what about birthday cake? Franny was going to make one for Beth." "No, tell her not to," said Silky. "She'll find everything she wants in the birthday land. My word, we are lucky. Fancy someone really having a birthday just as the birthday land comes along." "Right, well, Beth's birthday is on Wednesday," said Joe, "so we'll go up the tree then. I'd better go back and tell the girls now. I said I wouldn't be long." "Have a toffee shock, maybe, before you go," said Moonface. "No, thank you," said Joe. I'd rather have a pop cake." So they sat and munched lovely pop cakes and talked about the exciting time that they'd had with the red goblins. "Right, now, I really must go," said Joe, and he got up. He chose a red cushion, said goodbye to Silky and Moonface, and shot off down the slippery slip. Joe thought he really could do that all day. It was such a lovely feeling. He flew out of the trapdoor at the bottom and landed on the moss. He got up and ran home. Oh, the girls were so pleased to see him back so soon. And when they heard about the birthday land, they were tremendously excited. "Oh," said Beth, going red with joy, "I am lucky. Oh, I wonder what will happen. Do you suppose there might be a cake for me?" "Certainly," said Joe, "and lots of other things too, I expect." "Well, we shall have to tell Mother," said Franny. "I wonder if she'll let us go." Mother didn't seem to mind. "I expect it's just some sort of birthday joke your friends in the wood are playing on you," she said. "Yes, you can go if you like. Our cottage is really too small for a very large party." "Oh, I shall wear my best birthday dress," said Beth happily. "Oh, the one that Mother got me last week with the blue ribbon." But Mother wouldn't let her. "No," she said firmly, "you will all go in your old clothes. I remember quite well what you looked like when you went off to see that funny friend of yours, the old saucepan man. I certainly shall not allow any of you to wear nice things next Wednesday." Beth was nearly in tears. "But Mother, I can't go to my own party in old clothes," she said. But it was no good. Mother said they could wear old clothes or else not go. And that was it. "Oh, I don't know what everyone else will think of us going to the birthday land in our oldest things," said Joe gloomily. "I've got a good mind not to go." But when Wednesday afternoon came, they all thought differently. Old clothes or not, they were going to go. "Come on," said Joe. "It's time we went to the land of birthdays." And that is the end of that chapter. So, I wish it wasn't the end of that chapter. I'm a little bit excited. It sounds like the first land I would really like to go to. Would you like to go? What do you think birthday land is going to be like? What do you think the land of birthdays will offer for the children? What would you like the land of birthdays to be like? Can you draw a picture of what you think it would be? Well, we'll find out what happens to them in the next chapter. Bye-bye.